Nice. Dreams. Okay. Gardening.
On gardening. Okay,
Ma'am,
lovely.
gardening.
Okay, go ahead. Take a few seconds and think if you want, and then you can begin. No hurry.
No problem, ma'am.
Yeah.
I was thinking in morning class which topic should I take. Then maybe that one is difficult because I never try in dream how to narrate the dreams. That's why I withdraw and I chose gardening.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am, gardening. Otherwise, gardening is the best way to indulge oneself, keep busy every moment. And when the plants grow up, and after that, it self give fruits. The person who is nurturing the plants, it feel like uh, amazing moment. One cannot give the one cannot give and
Explain.
explain how the result comes up, and there are lot of loaded fruits on the tree or plants where kitchen like a kitchen gardening. It is a just, we can say, a small project, not project, ma'am. Proper word क्या कहेंगे? Related to related to grow the plants.
It is actually like a small project itself, like your own little art project.
Yes, art project, right.
Yeah.
And earlier when I was just I was child, and I had a lot of uh, fields. That's why I used to, and I love to garden, to do gardening. And so because my father had lots of fields, and lots of fields कहेंगे मैम.
Yeah, lots of fields, farms.
Farms,
Yes.
yes. And we never think about the small piece of land, and we grow the radish, carrot, and other items which were related to kitchen. And there were big thing and fields. We had a lot of cattles, and like a bull and bull carts, and even I used to ploughing in the fields, ma'am. And I saw growing of the grains like wheat, wheat grains, pulses, sugar cane, rice. So so many things which I myself uh, grew. मैम क्या कहेंगे, उगाई हुई है.
I have cultivated so many crops.
I have cultivated so many crops, and resulting in I got good result. And when one cannot touch the string of the buffalo, I used to be there and touch their strings and holding them, dangerous cattles, which were born in our house. ऐसे बोलेंगे ना मैम.
Yes, you mean to say you used to manage and you used to handle them, right?
Yes, easily. But one cannot uh, n- n- but one cannot close to them.
They were quite dangerous.
Yes, but
Or
they
hmm,
they but the both are bulls never
hmm. Never
take me
harmed
harm.
me.
They never harmed me, and
Hmm,
they love me even
hmm,
when, because of the cattle and all other animals.
hmm.
They have lot of sniffing power. Am I right,
Right,
ma'am?
right. They have a good sense of smell.
Yes, though then they assess my presence around them,
Hmm,
and they never harmed me. And
hmm,
nowadays, I have a small piece of land, and I cultivating and growing. I growing the kitchen gardening, and maintaining all backside and front side, and there are when. It's the time of ripen. People come, and they ask me, why don't you pull out these uh, crop? It will मैम इसे क्या कहेंगे, भी पक जाएगी.
they will become ripe or they will become overripe.
Yes, they will become overripe, and there will no meaning of good purpose. And
Hmm,
then I tell them, okay, no problem. If you want to have, I can pull out, and you just enjoy it. And the
hmm,
people pay me some good remarks, sometime bad remarks.
hmm,
Always she is otherwise she is mad, like look like mad. I listen over hard sometime, but I
hmm,
never care them, and I maintain all my kitchen garden,
hmm,
even top of my house,
hmm,
and maintaining the pot crops,
hmm,
and I leafy vegetables I have been growing on my top of the house, and even flowering. There are beautiful flowers grown growing कहेंगे मैम, क्या कहेंगे, उगे
yeah,
हुए
you.
हैं
Yeah, beautiful flowers are growing in my terrace garden.
in my terrace garden.
Hmm.
And I when I see them, and it gets me healthy respond, क्या कहेंगे मैम, उनसे मुझे बड़ी खुशी मिलती है.
I feel happy when I see them. I feel very happy and
I
relaxed.
I feel very happy and relaxed when I touch them, and
Hmm.
they give me some soothing effect,
Hmm.
which pay me a lot. One cannot give me a millions dollar and euro whatever, but it is my
Hmm.
it is my valuable
Hmm.
valuable
It's very
uh,
valuable to you. Priceless. Priceless.
priceless. It is priceless experience. That's
Superb,
it.
superb.
Thank
Very
you.
nice, Manju. Thank you so much for sharing all this. And well shared also. You know, you were describing everything and you were framing different sentences. There's only one small thing that I want you to just correct if possible, because it changes the meaning. Because, for example, look at this, okay?
Yeah,
So,
ma'am.
जब जो human beings होते हैं, right? बच्चे होते हैं या so we say that children grow up, okay? Children grow up, but जो plants होते हैं, पौधे, plants, पौधे, crops वगैरह, उसको grow up नहीं बोलते हैं, grow.
Yes,
सिर्फ
yeah.
सिर्फ grow.
Grow. Yes, yes,
Hmm? So
yes.
you can say that the plants are growing very well. My plants are growing very well. But अगर हम human being बच्चों की बात करें, then you say my children are growing up very well. Growing up.
Yes, ma'am. Right, right.
Okay.
I will care of this sentence.
No problem. Otherwise, it was all fine. All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Keep it up, Manju.
Sure,
Welcome.
ma'am. Sure.
Okay. So Shima is here, I think. Shima, are you there?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Go ahead, Shima.
Yeah. So I wanted to speak about third number topic, but now I want to choose second number topic because I heard recorded session. So I think two or three learners
Hmm.
have. yeah, have speak on this topic.
They
So that's
spoke
why,
on this topic.
yeah, they spoke on this topic. So
Hmm.
that's why I want to choose second number topic. Second number, sports.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so sports play very vital role in our life. It's keep us physically fit as well as mentally fit. Sports, everyone knows sports is most important role in our life. So it's important. It's too important for children. Uh, so that's why I always encourage to my kids to participate all kinds of sports, because when I was student, so that time I used to participate all kinds of sports. Because of that my physical and mental health was a good, and still now I am fit because of that. And I think uh, sports should be included in all the subjects, because it's a very important to our body. If you when you play any when you participate in any sports, so that time your your health becomes your health become good, and your mind become stressful. So it's helpful to you to come out some depression. uh, uh, some uh, some people have habit overthinking. So if you participate some kinds of sports, so definitely it will be helpful to you come out those kinds of situations. And if you want to create your career in this field, so it's also too good, because everyone know some parents give importance only education, but if your child is not good in education in all the subjects, if they have interest in sports, so they should be encouraged to their kid, because they can create their career this field also. Nowadays so many kids are going is going in these fields. They are looking as a professional sports fields, looking as a profession. And everyone know one important everyone know example of Sachin Tendulkar. He had failed third time in 10th standard, but now he's a hero. He got Bharat Ratna. He got so many awarded in this field. And so many students so many students are making their career in this field. So if you want to choose as a profession, it's also good field. And sports play very important role in our life. It's as a energy boosters. They keep our mind very stressful,
Stress
and
free. Stress
stress
free.
free. Sorry,
Hmm.
sorry, ma'am. Stress
Okay.
free.
Hmm.
So everyone should and I want to share my own experience. Because of that, when I was a student, I used to participate all kinds of sports. uh, because of that, every all teachers got मतलब मुझे जानते थे. क्या
I
बोलते
became
हैं?
I became known in school, or I became popular.
Yeah, I became popular because of this sports, because I was very active in sports. I never think I will win or lose. I wanted to participate sports, and I used to enjoy those moments in sports. Because of that, my body is fit still now. And there are so many advantages if you participate in sports. So it's a very vital role in our development. Yeah,
Right.
ma'am.
It
Yeah,
plays a vital role.
yeah.
Right. Super.
Yeah.
Very nice, Shima. Well shared. You were
Oh,
speaking really well, but somewhere I felt you were going a bit too fast. So don't try to speak too fast. Right. Try to
oh,
maintain a medium pace so that you can express whatever you want to properly. Okay.
yeah, yeah, ma'am.
All right. But good points. Yeah. Super points. Just one thing, maybe, you can't create a career, but you
Yeah.
can make a career or
Yeah.
you can pursue a career.
Yeah.
So you can say that nowadays a lot of children are trying to pursue a career in sports, or they are
Yeah.
trying to make a career in sports.
Yeah.
And they look at sports as a profession.
Yeah.
Superb, yes, absolutely. And even in sports, there are so many different types of profiles now.
Yeah.
Like you can also be a sports manager. There are so many courses where you can do a sports management course, and you can manage players, you can manage teams, and so many other things. And you can be like a health and fitness coach for the players.
Yeah. And ma'am,
Many different things.
yeah, you learn sport through disciplines, leadership, so many things.
Through sport, you learn leadership, discipline, and so on.
Yeah, through
Correct.
sports you learn.
Yes. Through sports, you learn a lot of these things. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you, Shima. Well
Yeah.
done.
Thank you.
Right. So, Darpan, would you like to speak on any topic? You want to try?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Yes.
Okay. I want to speak on inflation.
Hmm.
Inflation is like that. For example, if 10 years ago the petrol price was 70 rupees per
Hmm.
liter,
Hmm.
but in 2023 nowadays in my city, rupees 97 per liter, almost 100 rupees per liter, which is called inflation, which is which petrol prices are increasing day by day and out of control by the government or central government, but things are the same, means quantity is the same. This means we can't buy petrol at rupees 70 for 1 liter, though more we spend. Thus 10 years ago the value of money was 70, now it's 100 rupees. This is because of inflation. It makes things more costlier for all of us every year. Moreover, why does inflation occur and what are the reason behind this? We can say it is, can we say it is a bad thing for us, and why inflation happens, and we can say is government officials are increasing prices year on year. What's behind this inflation? But it's not true that there are several reasons behind it. One of is economic boom or economic growth. When economic growth is there, then the money uh, in the hands of people, and more money hands in the people, they eventually buy anything, and when more money comes to the people hand, and then they will spend more on different items, and then the demand would go up in the economy. If demand go up, then manufacturers or businessmen or companies are think increase their product price to earn maximum profit from their products, because so many people are willing to buy this product, and they increase their product price, and then it leads to inflation. And for example, let's imagine an aeroplane have only 50 seats, and out of 50 seats 10 economy seats are available and rest of their business classes, but 100 persons are willing to buy or take tickets for their journey in economy class. Then then it, but it's not possible to issue 100 tickets for 100 people for their journey. In this scenario, the airline authority increase their price to control demand and supply. Basically, it's called inflation. Thank you, ma'am.
Right, Darpan, thank you so much for sharing your viewpoint on this topic. Well explained.
Thank you.
You gave us some examples to try to relate to the topic. Thank you so much. Shima, you raised your hand. Do you have a question?
No, ma'am, by mistake. That
Okay.
happened. Yeah.
All right, no worries. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we have Shweta. Hi, Shweta.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Shweta. Yes.
Yeah. So I have chosen topic number 6, commitment.
You have chosen
Yes, I have chosen.
the topic commitment. Wow. All right.
Yeah. So,
Great.
ma'am, commitment plays a pivotal role in everyone's life, and if anybody doesn't have commitment in their life in his life, then might be he that might be he couldn't achieve his goal or whatever he wants to pursue. So it's like commitment, uh, if means in anyone's life, commitment and education both are important, and if somebody commits for something good, then it needs a very hard work, and nowadays we say smart work, then only we can achieve whatever we are committed to do. So there are a lot of things regard to this word. So uh, it's like, if I give my example, I have thought a lot of things to uh, to do, but whatever commitment I do, I get failed in that. So it's like there are people who like after failing of their commitment, then they just leave all those goals and they just want to go as they are now. Like, they don't want, they are content in themselves, and they just satisfied with whatever they have. So it's like, we need to follow all the goals whatever we want to be, and we should not like think about that think that commitment is never be fulfilled. And there are a lot of role models who are committed towards their work. Like, there are a lot of freedom fighters there now. Also, there are a lot of person who are giving us such a good role, uh, such a good example for us, that if you want to commit something, you can achieve by setting some rules in your life and some discipline, so that you achieve your goal, and you can get success in your life, ma'am. This much I can say now, because I need to leave it again. I need to leave again.
No problem. Well done. Well done, Shweta. You use some good words like pivotal. Okay, not pivotal, but pivotal role. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Super. Well shared. Well, very nice. Keep it up.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Anything you can suggest, ma'am? I have 1 minute, please.
Nothing particular. I think you did really well. I loved how you tried using the word pivotal role. Not everyone's using such words. Otherwise, you're doing well. Just keep up your confidence and keep practicing. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you so
No
much.
problem.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Yeah, same to you, ma'am. Bye.
Bye. Shima, go ahead. You raised your hand. Yes.
Ma'am, you
ma'am.
called my name?
No, not yet, Alpana. I'm just finishing with the ones from the morning. So there is Tanisha and then Amit Karthik, and then we'll have to go with you, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Hmm.
commitment means promise to do someone as this.
Yeah, so you can make a commitment to someone, means you promise them that you'll do something, but a commitment is something more stronger, Shima. For example, say if I'm a painter, okay. So I've made a commitment to you that I'm going to paint your house next month, right?
Okay.
Promise is something that people also tend to break, but a commitment is stronger, more formal. Or for example, if you take a marriage, right?
Yeah.
The two spouses are committed to each other.
Yeah. Right.
Or I commit to some work, any kind of work. Say if my boss asks me, will you be able to work on this project? So I committed to him and I said, yes, definitely I will do it. So that is something he's expecting me to do, right? It's a commitment.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Got it. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Manju, you have a question? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. What is the meaning of pivotal role?
Yeah, pivotal is like
Important role?
करेक्ट जैसे हम बोलते हैं वाइटल असेंशियल उसी तरीके से पिविटल पिविटल रोल मींस इम्पोर्टेंट वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट रोल
Oh, okay, ma'am. Thank you.
वेलकम alrighty let's move on to Tanisha then Tanisha are you here
Yes, ma'am.
okay great
Good afternoon, ma'am.
afternoon
So I would like to speak on the sports. As everybody knows that sports always play a vital role in our life, and there are lots of benefits if we inhale ourselves. Ma'am, inhale is a correct word or engage?
if we engage ourselves in sports
Or inhale means, ma'am,
inhale
सांस लेना, inhale.
सांस लेना inhale आप involve बोल सकते हो चाहिए तो involve या engage if we involve ourselves in sports or engage ourselves in sports.
Okay, so if we engage ourselves in a sport, so we get lots of benefits. Like we can make a community and we can talk other people. As like I am a one person and want to enroll myself for the sports, so I can make many friends and I can talk with them and I make my strong communication with them and make my good friendship with them. So sports can also make a good friends and communication skill and many things. It's engage ourselves. And sports also give us good sleep. Like if we are playing outside and participating any sports, so after coming back to home, so we feel very relaxed and we get very good sleep. So it also help us for in a sleep.
It
So
helps us get good sleep.
get good sleep. And sports also like give good career. In a career it is also good in a for a career. Some people, some students, they if they are not good in a study, so they can also choose their career in a sports. And they can also become a sports player as cricketer, as like Sachin Tendulkar. And another like play another game, they can also choose their career. So sports also beneficial for them. And uh, not today is not getting good points, ma'am. Sorry for that.
No,
But I
it's
need
okay.
them.
What you're saying is quite fine. So basically, you're saying that sports has a lot of different kind of benefits, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want me to help you with something? You can tell me what you want to say. I can help you with it.
I'm not getting the points, ma'am.
ठीक है,
Like
तो-
students can like student can engage their self in a sport, so they can also feel relaxed. And sometimes if they are very stressful, so while playing sports they can make themselves relax and they can focus on their study properly. because
Yeah.
sports only, I believe that sports only the game where anyone, not only the student, even anyone can feel relaxed, and
Hmm.
after playing sports they can make them calm, or uh,
They will feel calm.
they can make feel calm.
They will feel calm.
They will feel calm. Okay, ma'am.
Right. So after playing any sport, they will feel calm and relaxed.
And it is also beneficial for focusing on the goal. Like
Hmm.
whenever I play any game, like not only me, if anyone play any kind of sports, and they can also focus on their goal as well, because they sports concentrate and build their mentally or mental power,
Mental power.
mental power,
Hmm.
and they achieve their goal easily, and they can focus on their goal as well.
Right,
So,
right. Absolutely. When you play a sport, you learn how to focus and you are more alert, you have better coordination. All these skills, all these things also improve. Absolutely. All right, Tanisha, thank you.
thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, so you understood, right? Engage, involve. Inhale is a different word, okay? Inhale is to saas lene ke liye we say inhale.
Hmm.
ठीक है?
Hmm.
All right. So, just a quick thing that, I wanted to also add to this topic, for everyone who is speaking about sports. I personally feel we should change the narrative a little bit. Quite often we tend to say students who are not good at studies should try out something in sports. But if you think about it in a different way, it's not because they may not be good at studies because of which they are trying out sports. Maybe they are not, academically inclined, right? So
Hmm.
maybe as a person, I'm not such an academic person, or I'm not really interested in other subjects, but I am leaning more towards sports. I have a liking towards sports. Maybe I'm good at studies as well. That's also possible. I may be good
Yes.
at studies, but maybe I prefer sports. Right. So because I prefer sports, I can try to choose a career in sports. So usually people tend to say this, अगर वो पढ़ाई में अच्छा नहीं है तो स्पोर्ट्स में ट्राई कर ले. बट क्यों ना हम ऐसे सोचे कि ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है. The person can be good at studies as well, but maybe they want to choose sports, right?
Hmm.
We should try to change the narrative like that.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly.
It can be that way as well. But anyways, okay, Tanisha, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Okay, who has sent me a message? Ma'am, I will speak after Karthik. Okay, fine then. So, Karthik, go ahead. Shailendra is not here.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
So I would like to go with seventh inflation topic.
Hmm.
So in my opinion, inflation is a smart thief which steals our money without our knowledge. Um, According to many economists, inflation is nothing but the rise in price of goods and services. So many people think that it is only related to goods, but it is also related to services.
Hmm.
Uh, like to give an example related to goods, my grandmother used to say, uh, in her childhood, she used to get almost 100. She used to get almost 10 grams of gold for 100 or 200 rupees. But the things are different now. For 200 rupees, we can't buy anything which is made of gold. And related to services, um, like the school fee or college fee. If we compare the fees now with the fees 10 years ago, we can see a lot of hike. So, according to the rate of inflation, we can categorize the inflation into four types. Uh, like in this categorization, actually we compare the inflation rate in this financial year to the rate of inflation in the previous financial year. So first kind of inflation is creeping inflation. So as the name suggests, creeping means moving slowly. So in this creeping inflation, the prices of goods and services um, increase just 0 to 2% when compared to the prices of goods and services in the previous financial year. Uh, if the rise is in between 2 to 4%, then we call it as walking inflation. So creeping and walking inflation are not bad for the society. The people can afford the price of goods and services. And the next type is running inflation. So in the running inflation, the rise will be around 4 to 10%, and now India is experiencing this kind of inflation. The last type is um, grappling inflation, or gro- I think it is grappling inflation, or we can also say it as hyperinflation. So it is if the rise of prices of goods and services is beyond 10% when compared to the previous financial year, we call it as hyperinflation. So this is kind of extreme level. In this, if any country experiences this kind of inflation, the citizens of that country like would go mad. Like they cannot spend for the goods and services. Yeah. So the running and the
Ganesh.
hyperinflation are extremely difficult for citizens. And one more thing is, if we talk about the reasons or causes of inflation, we can also categorize this into three types. Like first one is demand pull inflation. So demand pull inflation is nothing but, for example, if I want to give an example, if there is a, I want, if we consider a if we consider a person who is selling black tickets, so on the first day of on the morning show of uh, like very popular actors film release. So on that day, what he does is he sets some rate. For example, he sells a 100 rupees ticket uh, for 120 rupees. So based on the demand or based on the people who are willing to buy that ticket, he keeps on increasing the prices. So the rise of the good is depend on the demand of the product. Yeah. Second point is cost push inflation. For example, if I'm a tutor, if I go to teach to a kid who is 10 kilometers away from my house, means it costs around 100 rupees to fill my petrol tank. But due to the hike in petrol prices, uh, the same prices may go to 120 rupees, for example. Then I will transfer that burden to that kid who I am teaching.
Yeah.
So this is called as cost push inflation. You mean, see, we can also relate this kind of inflation to some goods also, like depend due to the increase in the manufacturing costs, uh, the inflation rates increases. And the last one is currency inflation. Means if the government keeps on printing the currency notes, the inflation rate also will increase. Now some countries like Zimbabwe, Somalia, and some other countries in Africa continent also experiencing this kind of inflation. And the one means, in my opinion, means reducing the prices of goods and services is not in our hand. The only thing which is possible for us is to cope with inflation is to increase our sources of income. So during COVID pandemic time, or during COVID lockdown time, so many people realized the importance of passive income. So that time they realized that our means one income is not sufficient. So we need to increase our sources of income. So definitely, to cope with this kind of increase in prices, we have to increase our sources of incomes, or we have to invest our money wisely. Yeah, that's it, ma'am. Thank you.
Right. Superb, Karthik. Very nice. The way you explained everything to us by giving us examples about inflation, right? Different kinds of inflation, different causes of inflation. Very well shared.
Thank you.
Welcome. Maybe just a quick, small, very small tip for you. We tend to, even I constantly tend to say, for example, right? But we can also try to say, for instance. I think I've heard you say, use sometimes, right? For instance.
Yes, ma'am.
That's another way of saying it. So I just thought I'll tell you, instead of saying, for example, we could say, for instance.
And what's happening is, sometimes I go with the flow, like go with the ideas. Then that time I make some grammatical mistakes, and I also forget to use some good phrases and idioms like this.
Happens, it happens. That's quite a normal thing, right? You're focusing on the subject matter. not
Yes.
really on the style of communication and all that. It's okay. Anyways, it was very interesting to listen to you, so that's great.
Thank you.
Welcome. So, guys, even for the rest of you, okay, I know there are like a zillion YouTube channels that you all must be watching, but this is something that I have been watching. Me and my husband actually, we've been watching this. We have subscribed to this channel. We find it quite interesting. You may have heard of this YouTube channel. It's called Think School. Okay, so just like how, because Karthik was explaining about inflation, I just suddenly remembered. So there's this interesting channel on YouTube called Think School. You all can check it out if you all want. This is not a promotion or anything like that. So this guy, first of all, he speaks in English, so it's good for listening to English as well. And the second thing is that he explains a lot of all these kind of things, financial terms, what's happening in the world, why is it happening, and he'll give you like a very detailed explanation and very interesting with lots of visuals, lots of examples, and it's really nice. I mean, I feel like if you watch such kind of channels, you don't really have to actually sit in a classroom and study something. So he's quite cool. You all can listen, subscribe, or you all can watch some of his videos and check him out. It's called Think
Ma'am,
School. Yeah,
ma'am,
Karthik?
I just want to give one small funny example, ma'am. Just
Mhm.
1 minute, ma'am. Like
Mhm.
1.5 year ago, I paid 1750 rupees for Hello English subscription. Now it is
Mhm.
almost 2200 rupees. So we can say that so the demand for Hello English like is increased. So that's why they also increase it. So we can also put this into demand pull inflation.
Hmm. Right. I guess I don't know if that is the reason, but yeah, it's definitely there must. I really didn't know what the cost is, so you told me now. I know.
Yes.
Right. So, guys, if you all want, check out Think School on YouTube. It's good for your English listening practice and great, to learn about different things, current affairs, understand how certain schemes work, why is inflation happening, so many other things. It's quite interesting.
Ma'am, I think there are different kinds of videos as well, like
Hmm.
communication skill and Saudi Arab, and many kind of news as well. Is it, ma'am?
Yeah, lots of things are there. Different news and different things from all around the world. So,
Okay.
and the thing is, this chap, he sits and he explains everything in detail. He really breaks it down. So, even if someone doesn't understand finance or doesn't understand politics or whatever it is, he'll explain everything in detail and in such an interesting way with examples and visuals and graphs. So, it's fun to learn like that. Like,
Yes,
I do
ma'am.
not have much knowledge about finance, for example, but if I watch his videos, then I'm able to understand so many things. So, I watch him sometimes. That's why I thought I'll suggest it to you all. All
Am I-
right. Okay. So yes, Shailendra is not here. Amit, do you want to go next?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead. Yes.
I would like to speak on ma'am first one gardening topic, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I am fond of gardening from my childhood. In my childhood, I was planting. I was make gardening front of my home. So
Hmm.
I am interested from my childhood of gardening. uh, I told my uncle and told my father's father for bring plant different plant, and I was planting in the different plant, and now also I planted some plant different kind of flower those and different color of flowers. So it's like good whenever I see flowers, so I feel happy. And gardening, taught I taught from my parents how to how to gardening, and like sometime plant wants some fertilizer, so that time I also bring some different kind of pesticide from store, and I use in water, and sometime I use dropping system. I in my garden, I like drop system. I joined pipeline also. So when I switch on, like sometime I switch on motor, and there are there start uh, water dripping drop system.
Hmm.
So, and earlier when I was child, so that time I go to in garden, and I read sometime I read book in garden. So I feel very nice. I felt very nice that time. And gardening is like a good activity for keep us fresh, stays free when we go out of when we when we go in garden, like in front yard, if we see other plant and greenery, so we feel happy. And if I go outside in garden or also everywhere, and I see new plants, so I ask them, where did you find this plant? And I also bring new plant, and I plant in my house yard or a pot, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Lovely, very nice. So you are quite passionate about gardening,
Yes, ma'am.
right?
Yes,
Since your
yes, ma'am.
childhood.
Yes, ma'am. Since my
Excellent.
child.
So do you have like a big garden outside your home?
Yes, not more big, ma'am, but
Not
not
very
much big,
big.
very big, but it's like small. But I also plant there rose apple fruit and guava fruit and tree. So
Wow.
yes, ma'am, like, and guava when I go there. So sometimes guava tree also, guava fruit also very big, ma'am.
Hmm.
Nice, ma'am, and rose apple also good. So I like, ma'am, organic food. I
Hmm.
no more like outside food.
Hmm.
So I planted it, ma'am.
Lovely, very nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
So nice, very nice. Okay,
Yes,
just
ma'am.
one little thing, Amit. When
Yes,
you were
ma'am.
saying ना कि मैंने अपने parents से gardening सीखी, so you will
Yes,
say
ma'am.
I learned gardening from my parents.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. और अगर
Yes, ma'am.
आपको बोलना है कि उन्होंने मुझे सिखाया, then you say they taught me gardening.
Yes, yes,
They
ma'am.
taught me and I learned from them.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Super. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Amit.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Shazia. Yes, Shazia.
Hello, ma'am. Good
Yeah.
afternoon.
Hi. Afternoon.
Ma'am, I'm not good in English, but I try. Cleanliness.
Okay, hold on, Shazia. We actually
Okay.
have people waiting. If you can see these
Okay.
names here, right? So we'll have to
Okay,
finish
ma'am.
off with them first. If you have time, then you
Okay.
can speak. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Right. So Shalendra, Shraddha, Alpana.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Alpana, go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I would like to speak on first one, gardening.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am. I also love to gardening and I love flowers. And my husband also loves to do gardening. Yeah, even though I have no land, because we live in flats, like in society, so there is no land you can grow any kind of crops. But we have like pots, some pots we have, and we try to grow some like dhania, coriander,
Hmm.
and some flowers and tulsi. Yes, I know, of course, everyone knows about tulsi because it is like our holy plant.
Hmm.
So yeah, and so, even we don't know about, I don't know about gardening, but I try to uh, keep watering and some cutting plants, like if they they'll have yellow leaves, so I try to cut them, and I try to clean my pot every day, or sometime weekly. So, and ma'am, because when we like when I try to uh, plant any small uh, plant, matlab, chota small plant, then when it grows, then we feel like happy, like we like a small child. So it is feel like we have did something. So, and every morning when I wake up, I go to see my plants, like if there is any new plant is grow or not, or yes. And we love nature also, like ma'am, we when we go, we prefer to go any garden. So when we sit there, like we see any flowers and plants, trees, so we love like peaceful. When we sit there, we like feel peaceful and stress free. So, yeah, ma'am, because in my childhood, we used to go in my grandparents' house, and they have fields, and so like maybe this is the reason that I love gardening. Yes, I don't much of knowledge of gardening, but I try to keep like in future if I have my land, so maybe I I will make a small garden in my house. So, and we also wish I try to teach my son also, like he always keep watering in plants, because if this is like I try to teach him that this is a social cause also, like we should try to teach our children that they plant a tree like every year, so maybe it is helpful uh, for our society, for our environment. And
Right.
you know, ma'am, where I live, yes ma'am,
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Where you live?
when I lived many years ago, when I lived, I plant a tree. Now, I sometime I when I went there, so the tree is like a big tree. So I felt happy when I see that plant. So this is like a memory that you plant a tree and trees growing. So we feel happy. So I think we should teach our children that they plant a tree like on their birthday. So like yes,
It will grow along with them. It will grow every year, right?
yeah, exactly, ma'am. So
Absolutely.
yes, ma'am.
Very nice. Very well shared, Alpana. Of course, your own experience in terms of gardening, right?
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
I think, if it's a very small plant, you can call it a sapling. जो हम छोटा पौधा लेके आते हैं ना कभी कभी
Yes, ma'am.
from a nursery. So we can say that we plant a sapling. You plant a
Okay.
sapling, and the sapling grows into a plant, which then grows into a tree. If it
Okay.
has to grow into a tree, it can still remain a plant. Some of them grow into creepers also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that very tiny thing that you bring from the nursery, जो सिर्फ वो ऐसे मट्टी में छोटा सा ऐसे रहता है ना,
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
called a sapling.
And ma'am, sometime we bring seeds and we put
Yeah.
the seed in pot, and after some day, like when the
Hmm.
only one leaf is come out, so we feel like it is amazing. Like
Yeah.
the feeling is amazing.
So see, you can say, it gives you a sense of achievement,
Yeah,
or
ma'am.
it gives you a sense of satisfaction.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can say that sense of achievement or a sense of satisfaction.
Okay, ma'am.
Absolutely. You plant a few seeds, it grows into a sapling, and when you see it, you feel like you have created something, right?
Yes, ma'am. Exactly.
Excellent. All right. Very well shared, Alpana. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. We have time for one more person. So Shailendra, Shraddha, Rohit are not here. Shubham is here. Shubham, do you want to speak on one of the topics?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Go ahead.
Actually, let me tell you an instance on commitment. Actually, I'm working in an MNC and I'm handling the 30 people team. So what happened? One day my manager called me and he was asking me for the performance tracker, and which I have prepared, but it was in the different Excel sheets. So he shouted on me for that because he want that all the sheets, all the tracker in one consolidated sheet. So so that he can view the one stop means he can have the one stop shop view. So what I did on that, I asked him for 1 day's permission, 1 day's timeline, and I learned from my fellow colleagues that how to run query in Excel sheet, and I have learned by extending my shift, and I prepared the tracker in one consolidated sheet, and I showed showed that sheet to my manager, and he because of that he appreciated me and gave me the means appreciation on mail, and and that's all, ma'am.
Great, very nice. So basically, you are you were committed, strongly committed towards your work, right?
Yeah,
And
that's how I completed my commitment.
right, you didn't give up. You had made a commitment to provide him with the data, so you decided to work on it, rework, and present it to him in the way that he wanted to look at it.
Yes.
Right, solid. That's a great example, a very good example of commitment, and well shared, Shubham. Very well shared as well. Just one very minor thing, if I may share. Shouted on me. You know, many of us tend to say on, but actually you say shouted at me. Somebody shouted at me. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Or you could also say he scolded me. In this case, you can even say he scolded me, he shouted at me, or you can say he got upset. You know, he got upset with what happened.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Do you have a question? I think you are trying to say something.
No, ma'am, not.
Okay, great. Well, Shubham, I think this is the very first time I listened to what you had to say. You're doing well, very well. Keep up your confidence and keep practicing speaking. You're anyways handling a team of 30 people, right?
Yes.
So you have a lot of opportunity to interact with different employees and managers and all of that. So I think it's a good environment that you are in anyways.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, use it to your benefit.
Okay, thanks, ma'am.
Welcome. Vaibhav, do you have a question? You've raised your hand. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I have a question that can we say that commitment means arrangement?
Arrangement. No, not really.
Yes.
Arrangement is a bit different from commitment, right? What is a commitment is when you are committed to do something. You make a commitment. Like, for example, like how Shubham said, right? If his boss has asked him, can you work on this project? And can you ensure that, it is successful? So Shubham will say, yes, I will work on it and I'll do my best to ensure that it is successful. So what is he doing here? He's making a commitment to his boss, right? He's making a commitment and telling him that, yes, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to deliver. And in order to fulfill that commitment, in order to give him that result, he may make certain arrangements, right? He will do certain things. He will arrange whatever he has to do, whatever is required to fulfill that commitment. Can you understand the
So
difference?
commitment is positive.
Yeah, tell me.
Is it positive?
Of course, commitment is positive. Yes. The commitment is always a positive thing, right?